100% Chelsea. Chelsea 0, United 2. Thoughts on the game?
We're at Wembley on Sunday.
My thoughts on the game, that is the most inept coaching performance I've seen from a Chelsea coach, and I've been coming here since 1971, since Danny Blanchard in the late 70s. Totally inept.
And you're saying that's the worst since that guy?
Yeah, I was watching. I actually wasn't watching the game the last 10 minutes. I was watching Sarri, and he didn't have a clue what was going on. His hands were going over his head. He was trying to talk to the players. They weren't listening to him. And I don't understand the Azpilicueta substitution. I can only assume that Azpilicueta was injured.
I mean, what are your thoughts on the rest of the game, though? I mean, Jorginho, obviously, again, dullard in the middle of the park, in my opinion.
Well, we're just predictable. We know you don't have to prepare a plan to play against Chelsea these days. You know exactly what Sarri's going to do, who he's going to substitute, almost to the minute he's going to bring the players on. So therefore, if you're a team like Man United, they've got a lot more flexibility, they're always going to win against Chelsea because you don't have to plan.
I mean, but with that as well, though, I mean, Sarri in or Sarri out?
Well, I would get rid of him tonight.
Who would you bring in?
Well, if it was me right now, I'd ask Gianfranco to do the job until the end of the season to freshen the team up. My only concern with that is that he's spoken recently that he supports he supports Sarri ball and that we should keep trying it. But I can't believe that if we gave Zola a temporary job as of tomorrow morning, that he continued to play that way. The other thing I'd like to say is I saw Kante in an advanced position in midfield. He was attacking for us in the last 10 minutes. But we're almost two players light because Kante isn't good at doing that. Jorginho can't tackle and go sideways and backwards. So actually, we've only really got 9 players on the pitch most of the time. I just think it was the most inept coaching performance I've seen for 40 years. Is that right? 88, 92, 40 years. And I've been coming here since 71. First game was Chelsea Huddersfield 0-0, 1971. Inept. He has to go. However, the other thing I'd like to say is that the problem is deeper than that. The strategy of the football club is wrong. If they are going to get another manager on board, they need to build a team around the manager. They mustn't say to a manager, your head coach, we'll buy the players, you do what you can. Because what will happen is we'll see another revolving door in a year's time. I read today Zidane wants to come if he's given 200 million quid. What will happen then? We'll give him 200 million quid. It may not work. We'll get rid of him again in a year, 18 months' time. We need to build a team around a manager. And Frank Lampard, I would love him to come back to this club. He will not come back, and he'd be stupid to come back if he was a coach under the current strategy. It is completely wrong. All right? I was watching Wolves last night. What a fantastic football club. They are evolving, they are developing, they are going to be a top 4 side in the next 3 to 4 years. They are building a team round a coach that smiles, that talks to the media and that people love. I would love Espirito Santo at this club. But every time I think I see a coach like that and I say I want him at Chelsea, my thoughts then go back to the strategy. No coach will come to this club, or if they do, they're going to come knowing they're going to earn a lot of money and they'll go in 2 years' time. So he's got to go, but the strategy's also got to change. Whether they change the strategy or not is another matter, but it's gonna go ever decreasing circles. Years ago, we had Terry, Drogba, Cech, Lampard, Essien, but we had players that could go onto a pitch and win a trophy. It didn't matter who the managers were. We don't have that team now. We cannot afford that anymore. And this club will go backwards unless they change the strategy and they build a team round the manager.